freaking rock star. He's the star of Walker. He's the star of Supernatural. Been on TV since it went color. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Pellegrino!
How y'all doing?
Mitchie.
I need to hug from everybody up here. Oh, I love these guys. They're the best band.
Oh, man.
Oh, wait a minute.
Come on. He's not the man.
How about badass was he on stage last night? It was unbelievable.
Isn't it crazy what we did at that second verse?
Dude.
You were great last night, man. That was awesome.
Thank you. It was so much fun. I don't believe it was such a blessing to be able to sing with this band. I wanted to sing with them for so long, and we got to do it. So
yeah, people were standing up. They loved it. It was really great.
It was fun. I mean, I don't know if you see me singing Prince, but I did.
We see it now.
See it now.
All right.
Well, enjoy.
Thank you. So. I'm going to sing another song, if that's okay. I want to sing. Then I'll take some questions. I told them, listen, I can't fill, I don't have enough bullshit to fill out a whole hour. So. This is a Jason Aldean, You Make It Easy. Hear that?
Yeah.
Now I need to get a pick. And I got one, and then I need to put the cable in the right place. This is how this stuff works. And I got to count the frets, I think. Let me see if I got it right. Excuse my guitar playing, it ain't good.
Like a rainy Sunday morning makes me wanna stay in bed, twisted up all day long. You're my inspiration, girl, you take me places, put the words right into these songs. Stealing kisses undercover, babe, I see forever when I see your face. And I swear God made you for me. You make it easy loving up.
You know what? I'm going to start again because this is too high.
It's all right, Swain, do it all the time. You're good.
Now that wasted enough your time. Okay.
Like a rainy Sunday morning makes me wanna stay in bed, twisted up all day long.
Is that right? Does that sound right?
You're my inspiration, girl, you take me places, put the words right into these songs. Stealing kisses undercover, babe, I see forever when I see your face. And I swear God made you for me. You make it easy loving up on you. Make it easy with every little thing you do. You're my sunshine in the darkest days, my better half, my saving grace. You make me who I wanna be. You make it easy. took off my ruff around the edges, never let it ruffle up your feathers, angel. Yeah, I'm down for life, you got me wrapped around your finger, and I like it just in case you can't tell. You make it easy, loving upon you, make it easy with every little thing you do. You're my sunshine in the darkest days, my better half, my saving grace. You make me who I wanna be. You make it easy. You make it easy. Stealing kisses undercover, babe. I see forever when I see your face. And I swear God made you for me. You make it easy, loving upon you. Make it easy with every little thing you do. You're my sunshine in the darkest days, my better half, my saving grace. You make me who I wanna be. You make it easy. You make it easy.
I heard that song, I liked it, and I started working on it a little bit, and I played it for my daughter, and she cried, so I figured, not that I like making my daughter cry. Anyway, that's that. I got that out of the way. I just wanted to sing that song, so I like it. So we got some questions, I reckon?
I was wondering what scenes were difficult to shoot or got ruined by Jared and Jensen while you were on Supernatural?
Anytime that I had to do anything physical where I had to try to keep up with Jared and Jensen physically was awful. I mean, there was one scene where I had to, Jared and I are running towards something, and you know, I was running, he was walking. And that's what happens when you got legs, you know, 10 feet long. But yeah, it was good, and they like to make fun of me. There was one scene we had where it's like I get busted and I take off running, and we got to the end of this row of lockers, and then they start chasing after me. But on the first take, this is what happens when your body gets old. It just doesn't work the way it used to. So I'm running down, and I stop. And then I turned to the show, and they thought it was, I looked like an idiot. So they had a good laugh out of that. But yeah, so it just the physical stuff was for me tough. But working with them was, yeah, it was awesome. And the first time I told Jensen this, a couple days after working with him, I said, and you probably heard this before, but I took him aside and I said, both of you guys will get your heads screwed on so right, and I'm so proud of you, and just stay that way. And they did. So, not because I told them to, but just because they are who they are. And like I've told some of you, when I found out they were Texas boys, then I figured it out. But that's that. Okay? How you doing?
Hi, Mitch, how are you?
We're good, thank you.
So you were phenomenal last night.
Well, thank you.
Highlight of my night. If you had the opportunity to perform again at a future SNS, what is something that you would like to play?
We're talking about Johnny Cash. From my understanding of Johnny Cash, there's a song that he did called "Get Rhythm" that I really like. But I mean, there's any number of things that Mr. Cash did. I'd love to try to sing. So, but there is one here. Just put up there for a second. There is one song that we may be working on. Here's a little tease. I'm not going to be doing this the whole time, I promise.
We don't mind.
This is kind of it kind of ties into the show, and
Well, I got a girl and Ruby is her name. Well, this girl's only mean, but I love her just the same.
that's it. There was a Ruby character on the show, wasn't there? You played that?
Genevieve.
Really?
Sorry.
So that'll be a little homage to Miss Jen Petley. That's it. I promise I won't pull the guitar out again. Hi.
Hello, Mitch. I was so hoping that I could do a meet and greet or do some kind of follow-up, but by the time they announced you as a guest, my budget for meet and greets and offs had gone, so I'm so glad I can do this question and came with you. So I actually have been watching you on television since the X-Files, when you played 80s. So I'm a 90s teen, so that was a huge show for me, and so it was a beautiful surprise when you showed up on Supernatural at Samuel. And these were the days when you didn't announce, right? We didn't have social media back then, so we didn't know who was going to play who. It was just like, whoa, oh my God, that's him, and So I just had a question. I know that you've been in the business since the 80s, because I looked up your bio before X-Files, and as soon as
Yeah, I'm old, but yeah.
I'm 46, so yeah, so I'm right there with you.
No, darling, I'm 71. But you got it right.
Thank you so much. I just love the way you act. And so my question, or just say observation, kind of you can answer as simple as you want. How do you feel about the evolution? Like you've been here since the 80s, and now so many things have changed. And how do you feel about change, in all aspects, whether it's movies or the filmmaking or just guest starring. And the shows of yours that I really liked also were, of course, X-Files, Supernatural, and then Stargate Atlantis, because you had a lot of episodes there, and I like the Stargate universe as well. So just a simple answer. You can do your best to answer it.
Yeah, no, the industry has changed a lot over 40 plus years that I've been doing this. I'll say this, I'm glad that I'm working on the show that I'm working on right now. That's my best answer, because I couldn't be in a better place than working on Walker down in Austin and working with Jared and the crew and cast that I'm working with. I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven. It's the best experience I've ever had. I mean, working on the X-Files was a great piece of work, and I will never not say that it was a wonderful experience for me to work on. But in total, my experience working on Walker right now is it doesn't compare to nothing that I've done. It's we got a cast and crew that truly love each other and work our asses off to make everybody, to get our crew home so they can spend time with their families. And it's huge. So I was telling some people earlier in meet and greets that our show is that I think a lot of shows in the industry are looking at our show as a template, how to operate, how to get your crew home, keep them rested, and keep them from killing themselves on the road driving home, and being able to spend time with their families, which is paramount. So, yeah.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, Midge. I came down from Canada for this, so hello.
Mine's also.
I'm married to a Canadian.
Oh yeah. So mine's also kind of X-Files related. It was the first show I watched that my parents let me watch, an adult show. I dressed up as an FBI agent when I was 11 for Halloween.
Of course you did.
I did. It was the show for me until I started watching Supernatural. But I would love to hear if you had a favorite storyline for A.D. Skinner or a funny anecdote, anything from the X-Files experience. I would love to hear it.
Man, you know what? That was a lot. It was a lot of years of doing that show, and it was a long time ago. You know, I just
Trust no one.
I love trust no one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I love about what Chris Carter did was, I mean, he was so prescient. It's like, you know, the stuff that he was writing, or that our writers were writing about, that he was putting on the screen is just limited. Yeah, I just, you know, I'll tell you one storyline I didn't like, and that was the nanotechnology shit that they made me, you know, deal with when Krychek was manipulating Skinner. But I love that he was Mulder and Scully's champion. That's my favorite part of his whole deal was he was their champion, and he was ready to die for him. Not so much first because he was trying to figure out what was going on. You know, between he had a fine line that he was standing on, and as he said many times. But ultimately, he became their champion, and I love that aspect of who he is, and the fact that he has such a strong moral compass.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Hi.
Hi, Mitch. I'm Krista. And I just want to say I love your work. Not only Supernatural and Walker, but NCIS and everything. I'm playing a game that is called Magics. I don't know if you've heard of it before. Okay, so basically I ask you for a type of word, actual noun, and I fill in this word with other people saying the words, and it's in a story, and I'm going to be finishing up the story later on today. So if you can contribute an adjective for the story, please.
What's the story about? Supercilious. How's that? I just learned that word. All right, is that okay? All right, I'm an idiot, so
Hi, Mitch. Absolutely love Walker and your work on Walker
Bless
and
you,
the
thank
storylines
you.
that Bonham gets. I was curious, you've spoken about how great the cast is, but you also have two very young, up-and-coming, wonderful actors playing your grandkids. I was just curious, what is the dynamic in set? Do you feel yourself as a mentor to the younger actors? How does that, you know, what happens?
Yeah, I think we all try to mentor them and give them as much good advice as we possibly can. They're both extremely intelligent and I think they're both extremely talented. To watch how they've progressed from our first season to where they are now, I'm like, I'm stunned. It's so much fun to watch that growth from these two young people. But they got Molly Hagan to look at. They've got Jared. They got some people to really give them some good advice and to try to emulate how they. I think the main thing that they're going to get from working on this show, and a lot of it is because of Jared, and I'm sure it's the same with Jensen on his show, that the respect and love that people have for each other and how to treat each other, and there's no divas on set, there's no BS. So they see that, and they're going to carry that. They're going to carry that forward through their careers, and that just makes me full. So I'm happy about that. We got a rumble going over there? Yeah. Everybody okay? Oh, babies. I love babies. All right. Is that good? Does that answer you? All right, all right. Hi. I'm not bringing her up here because she'll. I did a panel one time with the company, and there was some kid that was some precocious kid in the audience, who was obviously very intelligent, asked a brilliant question. So David brought him up on stage, and the kid dominated the rest of the panel.